Craig, a 2-0 victory here today against Grantham Town. Well, firstly, let's talk about that club record that you've broken, 19 straight league victories. Just summarise your thoughts at the minute at that statement.
As I've said, really proud. Mentioned last time if we managed to do it, really proud. But I'm more. It's a record, yeah. I'm pleased and I'm proud. Of our aim is obviously to go up, but I'm really proud for these guys behind me and the changing room. Not just the changing room, the backroom team, the committee, the chairman, everyone that's involved. You know, we win together, we lose together, and we break records together, and that's what we've done. So collective as a club, we're all proud, and everyone deserves a pat on the back.
Thinking back from that first victory here against Dunstan, that kicked off the run in the league.
Yeah.
Just summarise that run and how the feeling has been over them 19 matches.
Well, I think once you start getting momentum, I think what this team's got at the minute is just probably the fear factor for the opposition and the winning mentality. I think we're finding ways to win. Sometimes it's not always the easiest way that we have to find the way to win. Sometimes we have to adapt. Sometimes, you know, we have to play different ways to do that, and to do that. And I think all the way from going all the way back to Dunstan and the performance put in there really kick-started it. But I must say, I think you're looking back at November, I think that's where the credit's got to be done, because there've been some difficult games in there, some long away trips on Tuesday night, players getting up for work at 5, 4, 6 o'clock in the morning, players getting back with broken bodies, where they put the bodies on the line, having to get up and take the kids to school. It's an unbelievable achievement, and like I said, collectively everyone at the club, not just the players, everyone collectively deserves a big pat on the back.
Is there any particular moments that have been sort of your favourite and stand out during that run?
I think they've all been good. I think even today, I think they've all been done. Why wouldn't you enjoy a win? If I had to pick any, I think the Tuesday nights again, going back into November, where we're going away to difficult places, leaving here, the bus sometimes left here at 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's not easy, especially when the lads are working. So they're the wins I think that really, you know, come to mind at the minute. But I think everyone's got its worth, and everyone's got it. Every win's got its value. And like I said, I'm pleased that we've been able to manage it.
And just finally, when we sort of wrap up our questions on that run, the lads there behind you stretching, just how much work has gone into that, because they have gone that extra mile in terms of games where they might be running on empty. We've seen people like Deegan come off of the pitch against Ossett with blood on his face. It just shows the sort of determination and character that you've got on your side.
Yeah, I think, you know, I probably could have come out after every game really within this period about broken bodies in there, fitness, tired bodies in there, mentally tired, and we've just had to manage it week by week. You know, sometimes the lads have not been in at all, sometimes they've been in twice a week, making sure that we eat together. We've also done team bondings in there. We've just had to judge everything that we possibly can to get the maximum out of them, and credit to them. You know, they put the bodies on the line, but not just the bodies, the mental state as well, being able to pick themselves up every single week and come here and work together as a team, as a unit to fight and get 3 points for this club.
Let's talk about the 90 minutes then. Just like when we faced Grantham in November, it was a tighter affair than the table may suggest. What were your thoughts on the performance? I
think we always thought this was going to be a difficult game. I think if you look at their team sheet and obviously everything about what they've done this year, they've brought in a lot of experience and they've got some good players. So I think the first 15 minutes, I think we were just trying to feel them out a little bit. I don't think we set off well, but I think once we got a foot on the game and a foot on the ball really a little bit, and tried to play in the right areas and pin them back really into a back five where they couldn't get out as a back five, it created us a lot of space. And I thought second half were magnificent. We just tweaked it a little bit, told them to, you know, a little bit kind of play down into more in the opposite channels and try and get through the lines a little bit quicker. So if their wing backs pushed on, we've still got the space down there, back three, and not allowing them to get into back five pretty tight at the back, which obviously creates a space. I think we did that pretty well. But I think it was a good performance. Again, I've said it the last couple of times, a good professional performance. And yeah, I think we're worthy of the win.
Luke Hall started his first league game for quite some time probably now. But how much do you think he warranted that start, and also what do you make of his performance? Probably unlucky not to have won a spot kick.
I think he warranted on his attitude, because, you know, We make no bones about it that we do rotate, especially the front threes. Depends on certain situations, home or away, depends on the pitch. We just felt today where they set up, it gives a little bit more natural balance on the left hand side, and being bluntly honest, he's gone back in the side today on merit. He's probably one of the first names I've actually put down, over the last 48 hours that he's starting. One, because his attitude when he's been out the side and being able to listen to the coaches here. He's listened to Whitey and Tomo, extremely well. He's took on board what we want when he comes back into the side, and when he's come back off the bench, he hasn't moaned or groaned. He showed an exceptional attitude and also being around his teammates, and we felt today was the right time for him to come back in and show the ability he's got, because there's no doubt the kid's got absolutely tremendous amounts of ability, and when he's on fire and he's making the right decisions at the right times, he's unplayable.
Unfortunately there was no Hamza today, but we did see Vaughan Redford come back in, and also off the bench we saw Regan Hutchinson get his first minutes after that injury. How pleasing was it to get those two bodies back in the squad? Yeah,
we've had to obviously juggle the pack a little bit today. We've had a couple of square pegs round holes a little bit in the side, but again this side can adapt. They're well drilled to adapt, and it was good to get minutes underneath the belt. They're both going to be vital players for us from now till the end of the season. Both going to play many games like everyone else in there. We need a fully fit squad to get us through, as many games as possible to where we need to be. So, and I thought, Vaughan again did extremely well. I think at times, just right at the beginning of the game, he's still feeling his way back into game time. But when he went and played a lot higher and controlled the game high up near Yuzi and played off him, then I thought he affected the game really well, and probably could have had a couple of headers in your chance himself. And I think Regan today was just an added bonus. Really, we didn't expect him to be in the squad. We got here and he's had seen the physio, and we decided to get him involved, and I think it was just the right time once we got that second goal really to ensure that we put a little bit more solidarity, a bit more force in the middle of the field, and put Wedge back into his normal place, and Regan in there to see us through.
Moving on, Sheffield FC, when we played them here again, that was quite a tight contest. What are your thoughts going into that one on Saturday?
Same as going to be another difficult game to away from home on a difficult pitch as well. I know it's an old school place with a big old pitch, and we've got to try and utilise that and try and play into certain areas and try and execute our game plan. But there's no doubts that they're doing well in the table at the minute in time. They've had some positive results, and it's going to be a difficult game. So, but one we're looking forward to again. There's only 3 points on offer there, so we'll go and try and take as many as we can.